Good afternoon. My name is Rachel Minch. I am a security and biometrics specialist at Nuance Communications, a Microsoft company. On stage with me is Amy Travers, our RVP of Security and Biometrics Sales. So on behalf of Nuance, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. One of the many things that we do at Nuance Communications is help transform that often frustrating customer authentication experience into one that is easier, faster, and more secure. We do this with voice biometrics. That's exactly what we're going to be demonstrating today. Before we do, I want to share a quick personal story. I grew up with a certified fraud examiner as a dad. So my brother and I would often laugh about the stacks of fraud magazines scattered around his house or the text messages that he would send us, like, Rachel, Broly, some suspicious activity on our shared Netflix account. Call me when you can. In all honesty, I thought my dad was overly paranoid for most of my life. Today, I know he wasn't. Just last year, American consumers reported more than $5.8 billion in fraud, up more than 20% from the $3.4 billion reported in 2020. Fraud is a massive problem for financial institutions and their customers, but it's tricky. How do you tighten security to prevent fraud without harming the customer experience and making it harder to do business? That's where Nuance comes in. The name of our authentication and fraud prevention solution is Gatekeeper. Really simply, the goal of Gatekeeper is to make life easier for your customers and your agents, make life harder for fraudsters. Gatekeeper will give you the ability to authenticate your customers and fraudsters based on their unique voice, and that's regardless of how they interact. So whether they're calling into a contact center or a self-service application like an IVR, or even a digital interaction, one that happens on your mobile app or perhaps on your website. The goal of the platform is simple. Again, to transform that experience into one that is easy, fast, and secure. So let's take a look. In just a moment, I'm going to place a call into the contact center to speak with an agent. Very normal customer interaction that we've all likely had. Now, what we as consumers have become accustomed to are trying to remember PINs, complicated passwords, the last name of our second grade teacher. Maybe the company sends us a passcode to our phone. Mine is almost always across the house at this point. My point here is not only are these outdated methods frustrating, but they're susceptible to fraud. 70% of the time, fraudsters know the answers to these questions, or perhaps they have access to your device or your phone number via something like a SIM swap. So instead, I'm going to place this call, and I'm going to go ahead and use my voice to authenticate. Hi, this is Rachel Minch. I have a question on my account related to a duplicate charge. Less than 6 seconds to authenticate. Fast. Nothing specific for me as a customer to say or complex for the agent to interpret. Easy. Every voice is unique, like a fingerprint. Can't be replicated or spoofed. Secure. Gonna hand it over to Amy. She's gonna talk about how fraud prevention and authentication are inherently related.
Thank you, Rachel. Trust is important, and your customers trust you with their financial assets, and that is a big responsibility. Unfortunately, trust can be broken in an instant, and fraudsters right now are working hard, making it difficult for you to secure your customers' accounts and keep them safe. But Nuance can help. Step 1, if your organization has call recordings, phone numbers, or data that you've associated to known or suspected fraud, we will ingest that information into our platform and create what we call a fraudster watch list. Step 2, you can participate in our program called Fraud Data Share. It's exactly what it sounds like. Your organization can leverage fraud information from the many Nuance customers using this program, giving your organization the ability on day 1 to strengthen your position and mitigate the risk associated to fraud losses. I am going to now demonstrate being a fraudster. I am going to attempt to break into Rachel's account. I'm even going to use Rachel's legitimate device. So here it goes. Hi, this is Rachel Minch. Yes, I live at 1234 Main Street. My social, absolutely, it is 6634. My mother's maiden name, yeah, it's Johnson. Great, yes. Today, I need to send a wire in the amount of $1,000. Yes, 1,000 from my checking account, please. Yeah, ideally, I would like to send that today. Perfect. Okay, so you can see that the agent was immediately notified. Not only that this is not Rachel Minch, but it tells the agent that this is a known fraudster, immediately giving your agents the information needed to stop giving Rachel's sensitive information or proceeding with the transfer that would have resulted in a financial loss. We call this real-time fraud detection. It's powerful, and our customers love it. Many Nuance customers have had fraudsters successfully arrested using the data from our platform. It is the de facto standard for law enforcement. That's why fraudsters hate it. But your customers and agents will love it. And while you are ensuring the safety of your customers' accounts and maintaining customer trust, you get the operational benefits of reduced authentication time and reduced losses from fraud.
So if you're tired of trying to remember PINs, passwords, or the last name of your second grade teacher, your customers probably are too. Come see us at booth 201. We work with customers who have less than 20 agents, like Bangor Savings Bank. We work with customers who have more than 55,000 agents, like JP Morgan Chase. All you need to remember when you think Nuance Gatekeeper is fast, easy, and secure. Thank you very much.